Yo, 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 what's up, YouTube family? It's your boy Sluu Hustle, and I appreciate y'all for tapping back in. Before we get into this video, let me remind y'all this is a reaction channel, so just bear with me as I give y'all this reaction. I ain't gonna take too much of your time. Let's get straight into this shit, man.
Gang members asking Dallas police to do more to fight gang violence.
Officer involved shooting in Dallas was wanted for 2 counts of capital murder.
The family
Damn.
of a 20-year-old woman is threatening to sue the city for negligence.
I saw them shooting. I have my 2 kids at home, so that really just shook me.
Since I'm one of
Damn.
those, I gotta be stronger for my family. So
It's hard to be strong.
I can't really show emotions or nothing like that.
It's cracking like that out
YaKuza,
Dallas?
the demonic psychopath from the East Dallas and Pleasant Grove set OTS, has risen to popularity in the Dallas drill scene, and one of the main faces of Dallas drill FBG murder, YaKuza has risen to the top level of savages in the streets of Dallas. With an alleged body count of 6, YaKuza
Damn.
has become one of Dallas's most feared killers, most recently shocking the entire city of Dallas, being arrested whilst being on the run after him, and fellow OTS members rammed into Dallas police in a stolen truck in late
Yo, I reacted to this joint before. Like this, like niggas running out, like, yeah, like they got chased. They parked the car. The boys pulled up. They got boxed in. They ran up on the joint. One of the niggas like fell out the car when they were trying to get out. And he got arrested. And like, I mean, everybody got arrested. This shit was crazy.
In this
Damn.
video, we will take a look into
Yeah,
all of the
I remember
bodies
that
are said
shit.
to be associated with YaKuza.
He was
I would
a
like
part
to
of it?
clarify for 2 of them. He was accompanied by another person, so that will be taken into consideration as well. But without further ado, let's take a deep dive into all of the victims of YaKuza. YaKuza, real name Deontay Moore, was born on July 5th, 2005 in East Dallas.
So
More
how'd he get the name
specifically,
YaKuza?
East Grand Avenue neighborhood, or 223 short for the zip code of the neighborhood. YaKuza even has 223 tattooed on his neck. Not surprising at all, YaKuza is actually the younger brother of another Dallas savage by the name of Stepa, real name Demonta Moore, being born on October 10th, 2001. Stepa, whilst looking harmless, has proven to have a lengthy track record with the Dallas police, even once putting hands on a teacher whilst attending Mesquite High School in
Damn.
2018.
Fuck you do that
as well
for?
as his state fair incident, where he fired at a man whilst leaving the fair.
Oh,
is
he's
where
just
YaKuza
doing
said to
shit.
have picked up his extreme love for violence as well as his introduction into the ruthless streets of Dallas, Texas, joining SCG or Sack Chaser Global. This, of course, would later become the now famous Only the Sacks, or OTS for short.
Sex, OTS 444, you don't like nobody.
This little nigga went on No Jumper but out of 22, and his name is apparently, like, at the FBG part of his name is apparently his op set, and he's like dissing them by having that in his name with murder following it. It's like he's like, I don't know. Like, it's elaborate, but it's like,
member from the 65
you doing
section
too
of
much.
Pleasant Grove SCG, along with another gang in the area. No Hospital Gang, or NHG, would begin to cause terror in T streets
No
of Dallas,
Hospital Gang.
beefing with the FBG or Free Bird Gang, a group from Fort Deuce in South Dallas. Cartel or Man Man and his younger brother Arrow would become famous around Dallas for fighting until they would start toting guns.
He looked like
As
he's
stated
16
before,
smoking a
they were
black.
also beefing with the group FBG, a beef that would make many scratch their heads, saying as Strizzy, a top member for FBG, just happens to be cousins with FBG murder. However, that wouldn't stop the tragedy that would unfortunately take place on April 17, 2021, when Seriante Green, also known as Fats, would attend a park gathering at a park in South Dallas, when shortly after walking from the car, 2 men would pull up, exit the vehicle, and fire towards Fats,
Damn.
unaliving him on the scene. These 2 assailants are said to be none other than Stepa and his younger brother YaKuza. As I mentioned before, this was one of the bodies that he was present for, but his rounds probably weren't the fatal rounds. This is supported by autopsy reports showing that Fats was unalived by a pistol round, very important since YaKuza was using a AR. However, while only being
How do you know
15 years
that?
old at the time, this is believed to be YaKuza's first time unaliving someone. with most people saying they observed an intense shift in YaKuza's demeanor, seeing him show signs of insomnia as well as PTSD. Nevertheless,
He
this
might
is
have
where
caught the
most say
hat.
YaKuza would be heavily praised by his OTS members, meanwhile being hated by FBG and sniper gang members. YaKuza would become one of OTS's top shooters.
Oh, he's
Loved for
causing
his
hell.
ability to beat his enemies to the takedown, YaKuza would be used as protection for his courage. May 29th, 2021, Tyler Sheed Ingram, aka T-Man, would take YaKuza with him to rob a 18-year-old man named KB, real name Kobe Mascoro. T-Man would bring prop money to the exchange in agreement to buy some pounds off of Kobe, having YaKuza wait outside of the car just in case anything went wrong.
And shit was most definitely gonna go
Kobe
wrong.
would realize what was happening. Unable to get to him from the back seat, T-Man signaled for YaKuza to help. He creeps up from the side, firing at Kobe and unaliving him. This act is actually pretty significant, since it's said to be the true root to the beef between OTS and OTG, since Kobe was actually the cousin of OTG member True Glizzy. T-Man, being the actual stepbrother of YaKuza, would take the rap for the case, not wanting to let his younger brother spend the rest of his life behind bars.
So hold
The
on,
robbery
bruh.
situation would show how it
First two hats I catch with my big brother. Like, both of my big brothers at that. Like, damn. Yeah, this nigga, I mean, shit. With an introduction to the streets like that, I mean, you damn near, yeah.
advanced the Sachs
You
way
damn
when
near
it came
only
to
know how to
deception.
hurt
He would
people,
become
bro.
known for robbing dealers or running off. Number 7, a known member of the Set Stretch Gang would take a great liking into YaKuza, allegedly taking him in as a paid hitman for him. Having problems with the clique B4L, Number 7 would put money on a close affiliate of the group by the name of Billy. Steppa and YaKuza would take this opportunity immediately. On January 12th, 2022,
Oh, so he's
Billy
just
in a
spinning
parking
with
lot
his
of some
brothers.
apartments in Pleasant Grove, both firing, unaliving Billy at the age of 26. This is where the beef between B4L Baby comes about, where he raps FOTS, nigga FNHG in the track Stepping for Billy. This makes sense because NHG are actually like underdogs to Stretch Gang, with members posting them often on their stories till this day, and OTS and NHG were cool at this time. Something to note about YaKuza during this period is that he would be showing true signs of mental incompetence, such as in the video from
Losing
popular
himself.
NHG rapper Bangman's track The One, where YaKuza can be seen bobbing his head weirdly faster
Oh
than
yeah,
everyone
he's off the
else.
drugs.
Something that is very strange, saying as the tempo for said song is much slower than what he's doing
Yeah,
in
he's
the
off the
video. This is
drugs.
just one of the very few instances that would support the widely speculated idea that YaKuza is in fact truly screwed up in the head after being around senseless violence growing up. However,
Yeah, I
one
bet.
death would have a devastating impact on YaKuza as well as other OTS members. Back in 2021, in the early morning hours of April the 4th, Hank, real name Kovion Williams and member of the Fast Money clique, was unalived on the 7800 block of Sovereign Row in Stemmons Corridor. He was 18 years old at the time. Surprisingly enough, Hank would actually be killed in the act of sliding on some of his ops, allegedly
Damn.
them being a mixture of Bank Bro members, a Mesquite-based gang, and Free Buddy Gang, a gang from the BFL.
Yo,
section of
hold
OTS.
on.
This is rather shocking.
I'm not gonna lie. It's cracking like this out Dallas. Niggas is taking paid hits, sliding on ops, getting cracked in the middle of that. I'm like, yo, what?
Think about
I
saying
gotta
Bug,
tap into
currently
Dallas drill.
incarcerated member of Free Body Gang, is responsible for making Hank snaggle tooth after knocking a few of his teeth out after Hank would attempt to rob him months prior to his
Oh
death.
shit.
A video would circulate afterwards showing Hank unalived on the ground.
What? Hold on, bro. Nah. So we gotta go back. This nigga said
From the BFL section of Oak Cliff.
Hold on.
This is rather shocking to think about saying, as Bug, a currently incarcerated member of Free Body Gang, is responsible for making Hank snaggle tooth after knocking a few of his teeth out after Hank would attempt to rob him months prior to his death. A video would circulate afterwards showing Hank unalived on the ground with a chop next to.
Oh my gosh, he said a chop. Oh, I thought this was the picture of Brody after he got his tooth chipped. Like, I thought because he said he knocked him out. That's what I thought he was saying. Nah, hold on. I was chatting.
Death. A video would circulate afterwards showing Hank unalived on the ground with a chop next to his feet, something that is often mocked and rapped about by his rivals, often referencing him dying while attempting to slide. OTS members would begin to claim Hank due to him being closely tied with
Yo.
OTS members, starting the phrase, "Hank Gang Forever." 2022
Nah,
would
that's
see the Sons
wild.
try their hand at rapping, with Arrow, real name Eric Lampkin Scarborough, or the real FBGK, dropping gritty drill
That's
tracks like
wild.
his Then Leave remix.
Hold on, bro. They said Buddy got what? They said Buddy got found with his fucking what? Like, nigga, what? With his chop next to him? Just laying on the ground? Bro, did y'all see the picture? Like, I'm like in disbelief. Like, bruh, nigga said, my boy, what happened? Whoever sent him get his funeral arrangements like a real one. I guess they mean like get his funeral arrangements ready like a real one. That is crazy,
He brags
gang.
about being a certified shooter and
That's
having a high body
crazy.
count in the streets.
Nigga got
Where you
left
can
with
see
his
notable
chop.
faces
Oh
such
shit.
as Man or Cartel, who is actually the older brother of Arrow, as well as BB, a 6K member associated with No Hospital Gang. Unfortunately, this brief moment outside of the streets wouldn't last long because YaKuza would avenge his most famous body. I'm of course talking about TG or Gunna, real name Tavarius Robinson.
Who the fuck is he?
In the city of Dallas, most
Okay,
known for being a
okay.
part of Jug Team, a clique from the Ewing Villas townhomes in Oak Cliff, approximately 3 minutes from the Dallas Zoo. TG's death would be very strategic, saying as he was said to always be on his pivot, becoming known as one of the biggest practitioners of backdooring, the act of befriending a person
One of the
or group
biggest
to get close to them
practitioners of
just to betray them
backdooring.
when they least expect it, either for money or other lucrative goods they may be involved
That
with.
shoulda
As the
catch up
story
with you,
goes,
boy.
TG had been causing a lot of problems throughout the gritty streets of Afghanistan, being
What?
surrounded with numerous cliques around the city from 2020 to 2022.
Did
with
niggas
some of
just
these
say what
groups being into it with each
Hold on, did he just say Afghanistan?
been causing a lot of problems throughout the gritty streets of Afghanistan.
Stop
being surrounded with
it.
numerous cliques around
Stop
the city
it.
from 2020 to 2022. with some of these
Afghanistan is
groups being
crazy.
into it with each other simultaneously. One group that he was with would actually be a fatal mistake due to the underlying issues between them and OTS. This would be none other than FBG, which would obviously not sit right with OTS, since they were actively at odds with them after unaliving Fats back in 2021. TG attended the funeral of Fats, which may support the idea that TG had an actual bond with FBG members.
Yeah.
He wasn't trying to just come around and slime them. Nevertheless, OTS would have their plans in motion. They would allow TG to believe he was a part of OTS.
They was
which
gonna
had just
backdoor the
created not
backdoor
too long
guy.
ago that year in 2023, changing from their previous Savvy K Chaser Global. They would plan to link up together on July the 4th, allegedly having TG believe that they would be attending a block party, when in reality the plot would be much more sinister as details would later prove. Nevertheless, TG, along with YaKuza and a now FBG Murda, real name Kato Rivers, would agree to meet up together at the block party in the East Grand Avenue neighborhood of East Dallas, with the three of them wearing matching outfits.
Oh, nah, they ain't do that to him, did they?
Now the exact specifics of what went down that night are not completely clear, but what is known is that TG went to meet with OTS at this block party. Unfortunately, TG, real name Tavarius Robinson, wouldn't return home that night. He would sadly be found unalived in the alley of a house. This is highly rumored to be the work of...
See, come on, hold on though. Backdoor. He was the backdoor con artist. He was overly promoting that shit, and niggas backdoored him. I said this shit had come back. I said it'd come back. And to think about it, like, why would you ever think it was cool? Like, bro, you can't, like, you can't be dissing niggas, dead homies and shit. Maybe have something to do with the murder than want to come around niggas and want to be cool. Like, that alone is, you're setting yourself up. That alone is a setup, bro.
None other than YaKuza, with other members Moolah and Man playing crucial roles in his demise as well. This situation is truly a testament to how sadistic OTS really are, and the great lengths they will go to prove they are the most ruthless clique in all of Dallas. The murder of TG was a strategic and decisive setup from the beginning, starting with YaKuza attempting to backdoor Gunna about a week prior, meeting up with him to trade guns. not going through with it due to him being with his child at the time. Now, something to be mindful of
You
about this detail is
you
that
killed
in
him
the
either
streets,
way.
people usually are never doing business the right way. Someone is always waiting or attempting to get over on the next person.
That's
Hence
a
why
fact.
trading is usually a no-no in the streets. However, the two would agree to trade firearms, but they both were thinking the same thing. TG, given a Glock 26 handgun from an alleged friend, would trade YaKuza the pistol for a Tech 9. As
Oh.
stated before, YaKuza was already
What?
trying to backdoor Gunna, so he gave him a faulty tech that would knowingly jam if it was fired. This is the same tech that you see on
Whoa. Yo, that nigga said that, bro? Did he really just say that? Nah, them niggas, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Them niggas had the back door. I ain't gonna lie. His back door was just wide open. They trick bagged him from days before they even killed him. Niggas traded him. Come on, bruh. He never even blew. So wait, hold on. Even after the trade, he never even blew the tech. So niggas gave him a faulty gun, something that they knew wasn't about to work. And he had it on him in the moment of his death. So it's like, even if he wanted to use it, he couldn't. Damn. Nigga, I ain't gonna lie. Them niggas, whoa.
TG's last
These
appointment
niggas are
was
smarter than
content.
niggas,
Later
yeah,
in the day after
give them
arriving at
props
the
for,
partner's
I ain't
house
gonna
for the
lie.
block party, TG would be met with a scary surprise. There, of course, was no block party. There was no one there but TG and OTS. That's when TG realized what was going on, allegedly running through the back being chased by YaKuza, Man and Mula, where he was shot and unalived and left in the alley, sadly being found by his family.
I knew they were
March
gonna kill him once he
6th.
said they
YaKuza
gave him
is said to be
the
one
gun
who
that
put
didn't
almost
work.
7 shots to TG's face. Murda and YaKuza would delete the photos they posted of them matching with TG later the next morning, with TG's post staying up, being the last thing he would post on that day.
That's
OTS
fucking
would be called
crazy.
out openly by people for backdooring TG, with people mainly putting the blame on YaKuza. He would go on to attempt to cover his tracks by fake mourning TG, creating an entire highlight.
What? Gang. Does he got this nigga's name tatted on him? Nah. We didn't seen it. We didn't seen it all. We didn't officially seen it all. This nigga killed his man. Well, it wasn't even really his man for real. They had him thinking that was his man. You feel me? They backdoored him, had him thinking shit was sweet. This nigga went as far as trying to get a tattoo to prove his innocence in it. Nigga, that told him you did it.
Posting about how he missed TG and would be sliding for him for revenge, knowing he was the one behind his death.
Nigga's
YaKuza
a
is
wild
truly a
nigga.
psychopath by all means, going as far as to get TG's name tatted on him to throw the law enforcement off of his trail. This wouldn't do much for the others involved, since members Man and Mula were arrested shortly after the passing of TG, both being charged in connection to his death, after Man was allegedly caught on camera going back to the getaway vehicle used in the murder. TG's mom would be searching everywhere for her son, with no help from anyone, constantly asking people for answers, mainly the question of where is TG. This would start the popular phrase, "Where TF is TG," popularized by rapper Rundown 4.
Where the fuck is TG? That's wild as shit.
TG passed. His ops mock him constantly, with many poking fun at the fact that a full adult man could even go missing.
How the fuck a grown man going missing? Damn.
Against OTS.
Damn.
In fact, took out one of their own. YaKuza would be taken into custody not too long after this, but would be released due to insufficient evidence. This would be the last time that YaKuza would get off so easy after doing something so brazenly, because YaKuza, being the psychopathic hothead he is, would go on to shock the entire city of Dallas, in what is said to be one of the biggest plot twists in all of Dallas drill.
Wait, he
As
got off?
2024 comes around, the emergence of the new Dallas drill scene is taking the world by storm, with FBG Murda being one of the main voices of the movement. Having all eyes on him and his group OTS, he would rise to top ranks in the drill scene whilst having YaKuza with his bloody reputation of shoot first and ask questions later being the muscle for them.
Yeah.
March of 2024,
Ain't nobody
YaKuza,
fucking with them.
looking to add to his growing arsenal, would begin discussing the possible purchase of switches from 2 teens from the North Dallas area, agreeing to meet up to do the transaction in a parking lot of the Uncle Lee grocery store in South Dallas. Now, sometime while in the vehicle, one of the teens would bring up the suggestion of a trade. YaKuza, not feeling the situation, possibly certain they were attempting to slime him, would do the absolute unthinkable,
Oh my gosh.
shooting both of the teens before
Oh my
taking a
gosh.
picture of one of them, then fleeing the scene.
What? What? Why the fuck would you do that? Why would you do that? Bro, alright. Hear me out. I'm all for self-defense, bro. You gotta do what you gotta do. Feel me? I don't know what the fuck happened when you was in a, you feel me? When you was in that car, shit could have went either way. You do what you gotta do. But homie, nigga, what the fuck is you taking a picture of niggas for? Like you can't honestly tell me this was for a self-defense point of view. Like you, nigga, what?
These two teens would be Cameron Stacy.
Oh,
aka
these
Cameron,
niggas
and
wasn't
Mari
killing
Smith Harris,
nobody.
aka Mari, both 18 years old.
Oh nah, they
Cam
didn't
and
look
Mari
like they
were
was
part
killing
of
nobody.
CTG, or Cutthroat Gang, a predominantly Hispanic clique from the Mayhem and Spring Valley section of North Dallas. They are closely allied with another predominantly Hispanic clique called SOS from the Richland Trace apartment.
Oh, so these niggas on shit.
The death of these two
Okay, my
teens
fault.
would
My
spark
fault. No
large
disrespect.
outrage from the local community, with many of them blind to the fact that they were actually gang members. No one other than CTG and SOS would even know who was behind this, however, with many assuming it was C4G from Oak Cliff. We would soon learn the truth when on July 25th, news would start to circulate of a large police presence in North Dallas due to an officer-involved shooting. This would unfortunately be YaKuza,
Yeah.
as well as top OTS.
I remember this. I reacted to this shit. This shit was crazy,
after they
bro.
would ram a stolen truck into Dallas police while trying to escape.
This shit was crazy.
News would break of a wanted murder suspect being arrested after an officer shooting. The suspect would be YaKuza, since as info would later be revealed, he was actually on the run at the time due to an active warrant for the murders of Cam and Mari. Text messages would show YaKuza and the two SOS members planned on making a deal for the switches when YaKuza felt played and took them out, taking in pic of the bodies and sending them to SOS members telling them to get back. This would explain why eventually on the early morning
Hold
of
on.
June 7th,
This nigga sent the picture that he took of the... No way. Talking about get back. Nigga, we didn't even have beef before. I thought we didn't even know the homies was meeting you. It was supposed to be a gun swap. Or they was buying switches or something. Like, get back, nigga, this shit.
YaKuza, along with
Nah, I'd have been tight. Nigga had me fucked up. I'd have been tight.
Pull up, firing at their vehicle.
I ain't gonna lie.
YaKuza's mom in critical condition and him walking away unscathed. He would almost
Wait, what?
YaKuza's mom in the North Dallas morning of June 7th. YaKuza, along with his mother, would be leaving a Walmart in the North Dallas area when a car would pull up, firing at their vehicle, leaving YaKuza's mom in critical condition and him.
Nigga got his mom fired at.
He would almost instantly get on social media laughing at the attempt, whilst his mother was fighting for her life. YaKuza allegedly even used his own mother as a human shield when the shots started going off, and that...
Get this nigga the chair. Give him the chair. Give him the chair. Give him the chair, bro. What the fuck? This nigga, first of all, he got his mama in the beef. Like, she don't got nothing to do with this. She's just his mama. Then you pull her and use her as a shield. What the fuck? Nah, this nigga's hell, bro.
Reliable source. This would
He's
later
hell,
be proven
bro.
to be the work of CTG members after they would get YaKuza's location from a female that used to deal with him. When this information was released, many people were shocked and confused since this was completely out of the blue because SOS and CTG never had beef with OTS until this. So many people were just lost for words because now this has started a completely new conflict with CTG openly
Nigga just
vowing
starting
revenge
beef.
for Cam and Mari, now stamping the beginning of the war between SOS and OTS. YaKuza is currently in custody, as many fans of Dallas drill flock to his story, with many referring to him as the King Von of Dallas with a total of 6 bodies opposed to Von's alleged 7.
Man.
YaKuza will definitely go down in the books as one of the most feared...
Man, I ain't gonna lie. That shit ain't even really nothing to glorify, cause this nigga was just killing niggas to kill niggas at one point. Like, took a paid hit. Him and his brothers were just spinning on niggas, to spin on niggas, it seemed like. And then you killed 2 niggas that was actually trying to do business with you. So it's like, you starting wars and shit. Like, most definitely crazy as hell. I don't know. I ain't know Dallas was this crazy though. If you from Texas, man, and there's any other cities in Texas really popping like this on the drill wave, let me know. I'm not really tapped into the Texas drill shit. It's your boy Sluu Hustle. I appreciate y'all for tapping back in. On your way out, go ahead and leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the description if you want a chance to get some money, man. I got some money in my pockets I'm willing to give away to y'all. Go ahead and check the description, see how you can enter the raffle. See y'all on the next one.